Over the past few months, I've went from being a peak at 148 pounds down to just 110, and it really wasn't that hard. I get a lot of people asking me how I did it, so I figured I'd just make this video to show everybody how you could do it also. To make this easier to understand, I'm gonna divide this video into 3 parts. Part 1 is gonna be diet, part 2 is exercise, and part 3 is maintaining a good weight. Now, I want to preface this by saying yes, I am 13. I don't have any qualifications for this. The only thing I have to be able to confirm that this works is my personal experience. So if you want somebody who's more qualified, maybe this isn't the video for you, but the way I did it worked for me. It was super easy, and it's what I'd recommend to anybody who's trying to lose weight. So like I said, the first thing we're going to talk about is diet, and the first thing I want you to do is go onto Google and look up a calorie calculator. Now what this is going to do is it's basically going to tell you how many calories you need to eat per day to maintain your current body weight and to like gain a certain amount of weight and lose a certain amount of weight. That'll just give you a good idea of how many calories you should eat to lose weight. For reference, whenever I put my stuff into that website, I was at 2,100 calories a day to maintain my weight, so I figured that a good deficit would be to eat 1,600. Now what a deficit is basically your body burns a certain amount of calories per day just to work. That's how your body gets energy, that's how it functions. So whenever you eat less calories than your body uses to work, it burns those calories, therefore burning fat. And 1 pound of fat is roughly 4,000 calories. So now that you know how many calories you need to eat per day to lose weight, we need to figure out how we're going to get to those calories and not go over. Now this is my favorite thing about the entirety of how I lost weight, was how I dieted myself, and it was really easy. I didn't go crazy overboard and just eat chicken, white rice, and broccoli. I ate stuff that I thought was good, genuinely. I really didn't switch up my diet that much. The only thing I'd say that I switched up permanently was how much I was eating fast food. I talked about this in my first video, but back whenever I was fat, I was eating fast food up to 4 to 5 times a week, and that was really the only big shift I made. Everything else was minor, and I want to give you some examples for that. So instead of drinking a Kool-Aid pouch, I'd buy the Kool-Aid squeeze and put that into water, and that's 0 calories. Instead of getting a 110 calorie tortilla, I get these tortillas, which are 70 calories each, which save me a lot of calories if I want to make something like a breakfast burrito or a cheese quesadilla for something to eat, which was one of the things I ate a lot whenever I was trying to lose weight. Another thing is, you don't have to just drink water. I do not think you should drink your calories ever, and I still don't, even after losing weight. The shift that I made with that was, I'd say, permanent for the rest of my life, and that's, if there's a soda that you like, get the zero version of it. They make Zero Snapple, which is super good. Energy drinks, some of them are low calorie, so if you drink a lot of energy drinks, you can go buy different ones that are lower calorie, and it's just these small changes that compound into you saving a ton of calories for you to actually get energy. I'm a big advocate for not drinking your calories because you don't really get full from it, because you don't really end up getting full from it, and it can end up being a lot of your daily calories that you're wasting on that, even though you're not getting much out of it. So that was the first really big thing I did, and I would recommend everybody do that. Another thing is just cut out the basics, you know? If you eat a lot of candy or sweet stuff, that's easy to cut out. And if you still want something sweet, then you could have 0 sugar popsicles. Those are really good, and I ate those a lot. Those are some of my favorite. If you still want some stuff that's not necessarily good for you and you kind of miss that junk food stuff, you could get microwavable meals, which save on a lot of calories and sometimes have a little bit of protein. Now, I wouldn't really call these things good for you, but they're definitely better than going and eating a Big Mac. Another thing that I realized was really important was making sure you get a breakfast in every day. This really helps you to not feel hungry throughout the day, and this is especially good right now during summer, even though it's about to end, whenever you have access to food at all times of the day. If you're going back to school or, you know, you have work, you're not always at disposal to eat something, but eating a good breakfast, which could be as simple as just like a few scrambled eggs and a piece of toast, could really help you not feel so hungry throughout the day. Now that I've talked about that, I want to talk about exercise. This is really special to me because I didn't just go crazy hard in the gym and start lifting all day. The only added exercise that I did to what I was normally doing, which was nothing, was I'd run a half mile this day, and then the next day I'd run a mile, and then a half mile, and then a mile. That was all I do. I'd wake up a little bit early before school. It takes you like 5-10 minutes, and it makes you feel amazing afterwards. That's about as simple as it gets, and the reason why I did that instead of lifting, I'll explain to you. So running is a form of cardio, and cardio is known because it burns calories. That's why people do it. That's why people run instead of lifting, because lifting doesn't really burn calories, but lifting does build you more muscle. Cardio builds you more lean muscle, and it burns more calories quickly. A half mile, if I remember correctly, is about 50 50 calories, and it only takes a few minutes to do that, but that 50 calories could take 30, 40, 50 minutes in a gym of intense lifting. But if that's what you're going for and you want to build a physique like that, obviously you should do that. You should also trying to be burning calories with cardio at the same time. There's other forms of cardio like swimming, the stair stepper, running, playing basketball is pretty good. These are all things that burn a ton of calories. Basketball especially. One game of basketball can burn you 700 calories, which, I mean, you're not playing a full game of basketball, but just to give you an example. And the best thing about playing sports and burning calories is you don't really feel like you're exercising. And that's something a lot of people don't like about running and cardio, is you are exercising and you don't feel like you're doing anything else. You can't trick your brain whenever you're running. Whenever you're playing basketball, which I'm just using as an example because basketball has a lot of running in it, you don't feel like you're exercising because you're distracted by, playing basketball and having fun. It's really important to not only diet but also exercise. And I know that a lot of people don't want to, but like 1 mile should reasonably not take you more than 10 minutes a day. To get ready, to go out, run the mile, and come back shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes, and it's an easy 100 calories. So if you were hungry and you wanted a snack, there you go. Now you can justify that. If you hear anybody telling you about this supplement or this or that to help you lose weight, it's all bullshit. The only thing that losing weight is calories in and calories out, and you eating more or less calories than your body burns in a day to either lose or gain weight. That's all it is. It's not simpler or more complex than that. That is all losing weight is. I want to give a quick tip to anybody who actually does try to lose weight, and that's that in your first few weeks, you're going to lose a lot. I'd say you're probably going to lose maybe even up to 15 pounds in your first 2 weeks if you just make sure you stick to your deficit every day and get a little bit of running in. But after that, it's going to slow down, and this is because your body has something called water weight. And what water weight is basically the food in your body that hasn't turned into fat yet, which makes it a lot easier to burn than actual stored fat in your body. So this is going to burn before everything else, and that's why you're going to drop significantly whenever you start. But after that, it's going to slow down. That doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong or that something changed. That's just what happens. So don't get frustrated if you step on the scale the next week and it's not as much as it was the first week. It's all about consistency. You just got to make sure you put in that little bit of effort every day, and over time, it's going to net you huge results. So now that you've lost weight, I want to talk about how to maintain that. And this is really important. This is, in my opinion, the most important. You do not want to lose weight just to end up gaining it back. And again, everything I'm saying in this is me talking from personal experience. But for me, maintaining the weight has not been that hard. And I think that's because I've kept a lot of the dietary changes that I made whenever I originally tried to start losing weight. I still don't drink my calories. I still eat the lower calorie tortillas. And I still just make those slight changes because they compound. Now, I'm not still trying to lose weight, I'm just not trying to gain it back, and I feel like I've done a really good job at that because it's been about 4 to 5 months since I've been seriously trying to lose weight, and I haven't gained any of it back. Now, I want to let you guys know, losing weight doesn't have to be so strict, and it really shouldn't be that difficult, and if you're not enjoying the foods that you're eating, you're not going to be losing weight. It's that simple. You're not going to be consistent, you're not going to like it, so eventually you're going to give up. That's just how it works. Like I said, I can't stress this enough. The most important thing is that you stay consistent and you do it every day. You just do the little steps every day. Now, one more thing I want to say, and I'm kind of nervous to say this because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. It's not the end of the world if you have to eat fast food or something every now and again. You definitely don't want to make this a habit, but eating a slice or two of pizza or a burger once every other week, or maybe even once a week, as long as you're making those little changes every day and you're getting your steps in and you're getting your calories, then that slice of pizza isn't gonna ruin the entire week's work. Now, me personally, I was really strict whenever I started, which helped me lose weight really fast, but you don't need to be. You could 100% eat McDonald's every single meal of the day. It's just gonna be really hard to, because that food doesn't fill you as much as something that's better for you does, as well as it being more calories. I really do hope that these tips have helped you lose weight, because I know how much it sucks to live in a body that you hate, and I can't describe to you how amazing the feeling is to finally live in a body that you're proud of after not for so long. If you guys did end up liking this video and you want to hear more about my story of why I lost weight and how I felt during it, if you guys like this and you want it, I'll definitely make a video about that. But anyways, thanks for watching this one.